To get revenge for my dead daughter, I put a virus in the students' milk. After they finished drinking it, I closed the classroom door and began what would be my final lesson as a teacher. I told the students I had resigned, but before leaving, I wanted to tell them about my daughter's story. Years ago, I got pregnant, but right around that time my fiancé was suddenly diagnosed with AIDS. When I said this, the previously noisy classroom fell silent instantly. Some students even held their breath in fear. It wasn't until I mentioned that neither my daughter nor I had been infected that the students finally relaxed. For 4 years, I worked while taking care of my child. My daughter was everything to me. Sometimes when I was busy with work, she would wait for me in the staff room and we'd go home together after I finished. However, a few months ago one evening when I went to the staff room, I couldn't find my daughter anywhere. Later, I discovered her body in the school swimming pool. She had drowned. At the time, the police ruled it an accidental drowning, but I firmly believe that wasn't the truth. My daughter was murdered, and I already know the killers are 2 students sitting right here in this room. Hearing this news, the previously quiet classroom became noisy again. Everyone started talking, asking me who the killers were. Instead of naming them directly, I referred to these 2 killers as Student A and Student B. I pulled out a small bag and said this was found near the crime scene, then asked one of the students in class, "You should recognize this bag, right?" My daughter had seen this bag while shopping at the mall before she died, but I didn't buy it for her. This student happened to witness that scene. I questioned, if the bag was never purchased, how did it end up at the crime scene? The student I asked didn't answer. I continued, explaining that Student A was the top student in class, not only excellent academically, but also someone who made inventions. But he had one flaw. He would use his inventions to torture and kill small animals. One day, Student A came to me and gave me a small bag to open. The moment I touched the zipper, I got shocked. This was Student A's new invention. The bag had some kind of electric shock device installed to prevent theft. Student A was using me as a test subject. Soon after, Student A's invention won an award, and the bag found at the scene contained his invention device. At this point, everyone knew who it was, and all eyes turned toward him. Actually, after finding that bag, I went to confront Student A. I thought he would be scared, but surprisingly, he proudly admitted to being the killer. The reason was that after his anti-theft wallet won the award, Student A thought his genius invention would receive national attention and praise. However, that day there was an unexpected breaking news story. A case about a 13-year-old girl who poisoned her entire family dominated all the newspaper headlines. Because the girl was under 14, she ultimately just wrote an apology letter and was released from the police station. This girl's murder case shocked the entire nation, while Student A's award-winning news only occupied a small corner of the newspaper. This made Student A extremely angry, so he mistakenly believed that only by committing murder could he get more attention. So, will I ultimately succeed in finding the second killer who murdered my daughter?